Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable. Thanks for coming on back for another review. And today we're checking out the band Human Garbage with their album Straight Not Giving a Fuck. A little bit about this band is they're from San Fernando Valley, which I think is referenced as the 818. They are very power violence hardcore band that represents California, like to their death. They're all about California. They're really about representing the hardcore scene from where they're from, and they had give off very intense, fast, just blast beats and breakdowns for days on this record and everything. And they don't really try to shy away from who they are. They're here to play heavy music, say fuck you, and not give a fuck, but in like the best possible way without seen as like being like terrible people or anything. They just seem genuinely, they just want to play heavy music and have a good time, which, you know, I kind of dig on this album. Like they're very straightforward with their sound and what they want to do here, and it comes off very genuine, and I like it pretty much. With a band like the name being called Human Garbage, you think there'd be some sketchiness to it and everything, but past the name and everything, it's a pretty solid band and everything. I'll dive more into it later, but that's my little background on them. So let's check out this review. The guitars and the drums are really tight on this track, and as the song progresses, they move into like a slick and groovy two-step that's nice. The vocals match the energy really well, especially with the snare drum and everything. And right before they do another heavy two-step in the song, they have this cool guitar wail that sounds really awesome, and it's just simply a good hardcore song. And I like at the beginning and at the end of the song, they have like a sound clip from like a jail, like being called from jail and everything. It makes the song sound pretty cool. So I'm gonna play a clip of Dead and Gone. Ooh, so good. Here, the vocals are very vicious. They got a clean bass solo in this song. The snare drum sounds really great again, and you got some really good chuggy guitars. This track is slower and harder, and it sounds really good, especially with the guitars with their big swelling feel to them that wail out a lot. And then this song also reminds me of Judiciary in the fact that it has like a metallic hardcore style to it. And the vocals, they change it up a little bit by doing like a muffled vocal style that sounds pretty good, and there's a hard ass breakdown with some really thick bass playing. The hip hop rap sample at the beginning of the song doesn't really flow into the song, but you kind of forget that as soon as the song kicks in with how groovy and sporadic the song gets, especially during like the pitting part of the song. The guitar riffs are really sick on this one. The vocals sound really pissed, and the chugs are really good here. The hip snare and the drums overall sound really big and tight on this track. The riffs are really hard. The guest vocalists, they mix in really well with the main vocalist here, especially when the main vocalist is backing up the guest vocalist here. The guitars are very large and the bass is really heavy on this track. So I want to play a clip of CA first. Ooh, so good. This song is really punk as fuck with how the guitar riffs sound and how tight the drumming is. They got a really nice buzzing bass here, and the vocals are aggressive as hell. They got some really ripping riffs here. I really like the drumming here because he's doing like little tricks on the drums that sound really nice and add some flavor to the song. There's some blast beats here and everything, but overall, the one thing I didn't like about it, the song was a bit too short. They got really mesmerizing riffs here with how large and fun the riffs sound. And I really like it when they slow things down here because it reminds me of the band Spy, and how it can be high energy during the like low parts and high parts of their songs. So very impressive on that part. And the drum fills are really nice on this song. Drum fills at the beginning of the song are so big and bold and nice. I really like it. The guitars, they continue to rip on here. The vibes, they never stop. It's always high energy, and it's just got a really bouncy and groovy feel to it. You got some really good in the pocket drumming here, and the guitars and bass can really keep up with the drumming, which creates a really good, fast, and well paced out song. The mixing on this track is really good as well. Hard and aggressive with this track, especially when they slow things down and give you that bass solo. I feel this band really utilizes all its members on the tracks and throughout the whole album because I feel like I can hear and feel every instrument, and the fucking drum fills are tight on this track. So I'm gonna play a little clip of Cries Unheard. Lean bass solo, baby. Got some really groovy riffs here. And then the one thing that really sticks out about this track is all the guest features. They got Brody King on here as like as the first feature and everything. They really slip in the features really like slick and really cool in here. And as I was listening to the song, I was like, yeah, they got like everyone I think from the A18 in this track, and it just all flows really well. The transitions sounds really good. And was it the last vocals, they have like a weird and ghostly like sound to it. So overall it's a very, very interesting and makes it like a really good send-off for the album, I think. So good choice. This band might be called Human Garbage, but I would call them Human Gold with how fantastic they are at merging hardcore, metallic hardcore, punk, and putting it all together and like making something really good here, because I feel like they stripped away a lot of bullshit that has come with making music over the years, and they're just giving you everything you want here. You want mosh parts, you got it. You want slick two steps, you got it. Over 5 guest vocalists in a single record, you got it. Fun little sound clips, everything, you got it. Everything you want in like a fast, hard hitting like album you get on this, and nothing feels wasted because they're just boom, boom, boom. They're executing things very well here. They're putting the features, the right riffs, the right bass solo, the snappy drums, and the right section of the songs. The structures of the songs are really great, which create a nice flow and pacing for this album. And it just sounds really good because the guitars are ripping here. They got some big, bold, and tight drumming. The bass lines are really buzzing, and the main vocalist has got some really good chops here and everything. And then, yeah, I just feel like they really streamlined this album, and they had a really good vision and were able to execute it really well and in just a short amount of time. And I think also the production here is really good for being in such a like a loud and an intense album. For the most part, most of the album sounds really mixed well, and everything is utilized well in terms of all the instruments and all the guest vocals. Nothing seems too like overpacked on itself with all that's going on here. And I think there might have been a few moments where like things might have been too loud, but not enough for me to like think this album should have been tanked or anything, or it was like worse because of it. It's just everything was tastefully and done well. And I feel like because they're really repping California really hard and trying to show that California hardcore style without diluting it too much, I think it comes off really good and really genuine and everything. And it's just a really great album that I think it might get overlooked because it's not on a big label or anything, but it's a really good album to check out if you're into hardcore, and especially if you like punk and stuff. It's a really good crossover of those two styles and everything. So I would say this album from Human Garbage, Straight Not Giving a Fuck, is a good solid 9 out of 10. So Human Garbage, links down below, check them out. Really great band. I'm happy I discovered them and everything. Shout out to Hardlore for giving them a shout out a while ago, and that's how I discovered them. So I'm super stoked that I'm into them. My links down below. I'm Matt from Diazable. Thanks for coming on by, and I will see you later.
When you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When